How much do you think your brain weighs? Shout it out.
7 pounds.
7 pounds? Come on, you guys, you don't have to be quiet, shout it out. How much do you think your brain weighs? 6 pounds? 5 pounds? Okay, the average adult brain weighs 3 pounds. Mine actually weighs 2.5. I had a little nip tuck a year ago. You guys can laugh at that, it's supposed to be a joke. Okay, better. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and of course survivors. My name is Natasha Tomlinson, and it is my honor to speak here today. I am married, and I have 3 amazing children. My boy, I have one that's turning 4, one that's turning 7, and I have a 13-year-old gorgeous daughter, and also a handsome husband. Before I tell you my story, I want to acknowledge that we are all here sharing the situation. Whether you're a patient, a caregiver, we are all warriors. So back in September of 2017, I started hearing music. Literally, I just heard music that wasn't on. So I thought I was just really anxious during that huge hurricane that was coming our way. So my primary doctor, because I went and spoke with him saying, I'm hearing music, he actually wanted to put me on an anxiety medication, which I actually refused to do. Then one thing I will always encourage people to do is always follow your gut. So if you don't think that that medication is going to go with you, just stop and listen to your gut. So in January, I actually went to a neurologist who also agreed I was married, I have 3 kids, I'm just stressed out. So for entertainment, he actually ordered me an MRI of my brain. And it was actually ordered without contrast. Even without the contrast, I had a mass on my left side. So then the doctor then ordered it with contrast. And this is actually where my journey began. So this is actually Dr. Pliskow, who was my gynecologist. And I know that sounds really weird. But in my gut again, I went with it and I went into his office and he actually had a connection at a hospital to read my MRI that I just had, which I'm so happy he did read it. He actually recommended and he made my appointment to go to University of Miami. So I actually consulted with Dr. Komatar at UM. I met him on a Friday, and from that Friday, my surgery was actually the following Tuesday. This is me checked into the hospital on my birthday last year. You see my mom, my husband. So I actually, the night before my surgery, I was actually renewed in faith to God. And that's me in the beach right across the street. I felt so much peace going into surgery. I actually had no fear, which was really odd because I've never had surgery. So I actually felt so calm that when they brought me downstairs to have surgery, they actually thought I was taking other pills, and I was questioned because I was so calm. And my mom next to my side, she wasn't questioned, she was really nervous for me. So, but I felt affirmed that I was just going to be okay from the beginning. It is so important to set time aside to be at peace. Whether you pray, whether you meditate, or whether you exercise, just do something that brings you confidence and joy. So my surgery lasted about 6 hours. I was awake, actually, during part of it. They needed to check my speech, and then they knocked me back out because it wasn't going good. So that's what I looked like after surgery. I left the hospital and recovered at my mom's for exactly 10 days. 2 weeks after surgery, on Valentine's Day, I was diagnosed. So on Valentine's Day of 2018, I was diagnosed with Anaplastic Astrocytoma grade 3. I actually call it the AA, and I really do not mean Alcohol Anonymous in my life. I just mean what I have. So it's actually really rare. It's a rare brain cancer that only about 1,500 people get diagnosed with per year. So after 7 hours of meeting with the team at University of Miami, I went home again, but my gut and my intuition kicked me in, and I felt I was not in the right place for my treatment. Friends and family helped me make arrangements to get to Duke. So there's a picture of Dr. Friedman, who only sees roughly 75 patients a year. I qualified. He's one of the lead doctors at Duke, and he actually continued to order me to test out what I had. I actually ended up having MGMT and IDH1, which is actually positive news. Summed up, these are genes that will make my tumor stupid and not respond to anything negative. So here's me, here goes my treatments. This is my oncologist, and I'm sure half of you know Dr. Harris. I also have Dr. Klein, which, wave, he's over here, which I'm sure half of you know as well. So on March 10th, I actually had a massive seizure that actually put me right here at Good Sam in the ICU. It sounds like a really bad thing, and I know. But again, I was just so grateful that enabled me to start my chemo and my radiation like I wanted to at the hospital. So this is actually what I looked like going through the radiation. Again, I stayed positive. I took pictures every week of me with my doctors or me with the people who were helping me get through what I needed to get through. Just always stay positive. Here's all the pills I had to start off with as well. My father-in-law actually stayed at her home for almost 3 months, and my mother drove me to radiation every day. I always went to radiation, like I said, with my thumbs up. So during this time, I actually had a loss, but I also had a gain. During this time, I actually lost about 3/4 of my hair. Also, due to steroids, I gained over 35 pounds. But I also had some retail therapy. I bought roughly 15 wigs, so I felt comfortable. But the positive things that happened after my surgery pretty quickly within a couple of weeks. So my face on the left is what I looked like about 2 years before my surgery and I got diagnosed. The picture on the right is actually a picture of me just a couple weeks after surgery. Now I know probably a lot of you men can't see what happened, but my face actually cleared up really nicely. I actually had a lot of browning on my face, and I don't know why, but now it's actually really clear. Also with my spine. Years ago, you couldn't touch the bottom of my spine. It would hurt if I sat down, and nobody had an answer why. But now that's gone. You can touch my spine, and I can sit on it, and I don't hurt anymore. So after the 6 weeks of radiation and taking chemo every night or every day, I actually had a 2-week break, and then I actually started a double dose of my chemo. The double dose of chemo was taken every night. I had 23 days off and 5 days on for 11 rounds, so almost a year. And believe it or not, my last chemo pill I took was only 2 months ago. So here I am today with a message. Whether it's the love from a spouse, a parent, or a caregiver, even your pet, always be grateful for love, because love is the greatest thing. So my mom's here today. I'd like her to stand up. So this is my mom. day one of my first MRI to my last MRI this week, she's been there every single trip and every single day. She's driven me to every doctor's appointment, every radiation appointment. She's flown with me, she's driven me. Even on my surgery day, she was there, and she was the one flipping out, and I was calm. So again, when I say just because of love it will get you through, it will. So I'd like to again say thank you to my mom. So I don't think everyone realizes how much strength it takes to pull yourself out of a dark place. So when life gives you 100 reasons to break down and feel weak, show life that you have a million reasons to smile. You have to stay strong. So if you have done that today or any day, just know I'm proud of you.